Hey guys, welcome back to Our Vision Farm. I feel like I haven't done a longer video in quite a while. I've just been sharing like little shorts here and there. I was taking a walk outside with the dogs earlier and just looking at our land and thinking about how I want to fill our land and what to plant and things. So I figured I'd do a little update video. We haven't done too much work on the actual farm and doing things outside because obviously it's about to be winter time. We kind of moved on our property when it was fall time, so we didn't get to get anything in the ground besides like the garlic and the bulb flowers. But just thinking up ways that I do want to fill up our land and our property and the whole landscape. So I wanted to share that with you guys just in a quick video tour of our property right now. So let's go ahead and turn around the camera and show you where I'm standing right now. Alright, so this is pretty much the front of our property, the driveway leading to the garage, and of course our old farmhouse here. And then behind me is what I want to be our future farm shop. Something went wrong with our little garage door here there. We're having trouble bringing it up and down, so not sure. That thing is falling apart and breaking, so we're gonna have to figure out maybe some sliding doors or something for the entrance of the farm shop, but that is a future project. We're not worrying about that right now. We're still doing our little donut roadside stand on our little like pop-up thing that we made, and we just put that away whenever we're not open. So that's been working out for now, but once we start selling like vegetables and more farm products, chicken and all of that, that's when I want to turn that front garage into a shop. So this spot right here, this is all our property up until the ending of these little rows of pine trees. I haven't really decided what we want to do with this spot because we do have some wires running underneath here, and I'm not sure what else could be under there. And also right now it's really sunny, but this area right here is actually pretty shaded throughout the day. Definitely does not get full sun, and I don't think it would be good for planting crops. One, because I don't really want to dig or like till near where there's electric wires. I know for sure when they came and connected the internet, they dug some underground wires there. They had to do some rewiring back then. So this spot is kind of in question of what we want to do with it. It's a big, large, open, grassy area, so I'm not sure if I want to add anything to this spot. I was thinking flower boxes or something along the lines where I can still plant, but I don't have to dig up the ground. But I might just be leaving it blank, just because of the shaded. It gets so much shade during the daytime. Pretty much just gets like this afternoon sun. So I don't know if anything will really do good here. So this is the right side of our house. So this is the area that we are preparing for our vegetable crops. So all the way back here, this is what we have tilled so far. We got garlic planted in here and some tulips and some other bulb flowers too. And this is about what we got tilled until it got too cold and the dirt is now frozen. So we've been getting a lot of on and off again snow. We got snow for Halloween. We got snow right before Thanksgiving. And now it's supposed to snow again this weekend, starting Sunday and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So definitely not going to be tilling anymore. The ground is pretty much frozen. But this is a big plot that we already have tilled, ready for planting when summertime comes. And my idea, where I'm walking through right now, my idea is to keep it going. Keep it going all the way as far to the back as we can, or as we need. But for this first year, let's see, my husband kind of marked where we were going to stop tilling for this first season at least. So we plan to keep tilling all the way up to this line right here. But our idea is to keep heading towards the back and filling up this huge field with vegetables. So let me turn around. That is the area we have ready so far. So I'd like the garden to reach all the way up to here. Now with all of this, this is all for sure full sun and it's well draining. We don't don't get water that pools up back here. So all this is going to be vegetable production. Somewhere along behind this house and the garage, away from the septic tank area, maybe like all the way back here, my husband is going to do his outdoor cannabis grow. He's working on getting his licensing ready for that. So I kind of want it to be behind the house and the garage so that it's not visible off the main road and it's kind of private and hidden, and he has to fence that off anyway. But I think this area is going to be perfect for that. He has all the space in the world back here to do that, but he doesn't really want to grow too many plants at a time either. So he's going to take it slow and steady with that. Then we have the rest of the field all the way back, a little bit past those trees actually is our property, but let's just say our property ends at that tree line over there. So let's get a little bit closer to that side. And all of this back here is also ours. Out of our 16 acres, I'd say a little bit less than 5 acres are cleared fields just like this. Then the rest of it all back there is forest. So we walked through there and we walked through the trail and went back to the train tracks as well. So all of this field is ours. This is our little wood burning pile that we're starting. Right where you see this blue thing, that's a boat. That's where that old shed used to be that we knocked down. So that's some remnants from there. So if we walk all the way to the end of the field, I don't think I'm gonna walk right now. My camera is a little bit low on battery, but I'm thinking that this would be a perfect area for the meat chickens. And it's a huge area. I don't think we'd even need this much area for the meat chickens, but it's a nice field. If we stay away from the tree line, it's a little bit muddy by the tree line, but if we stay over here, it's a nice dry area for meat chickens and to move them to fresh grass once or twice a day. We have lots of space. My son wants to do a dirt bike track all the way in that back corner, because the way the field goes, it's straight and then there's like a big round area that's also cleared out. Can't really tell from this angle, but there's a nice area for him to do that there. So I think this field on this side is going to be meat chickens. Not sure if that is how we're going to keep it. I might change my mind because it is a bit far away from our house. So I'm not sure if we're going to have a lot of predator issues here with the chickens, but that is the idea. So vegetables on that side, cannabis somewhere around back here behind the garage and the house, and then we're going to leave most of that field for chickens, for raising the meat chickens. This spot that I'm standing in right now in the middle is where I'm thinking of maybe starting to plant the sour cherry trees. And then we also have in mind planting honeyberries. It's a plant that's similar to blueberries, but it's in the huckleberry or honeysuckle family. So it's actually like a type of flower, but it has edible berries very similar to blueberries. So I'm really interested in planting those. They say they're very cold resistant and deer tend to not like them as much as blueberry plants. So that is why I want to leave some space for that, but I'm not quite sure where I'll be planting those. But where I'm standing, I think would be a perfect spot for cherry trees for sure. Right behind, like somewhere around here, I would start a field of cherry trees and then take it all the way to the back. Eventually that burn pile wouldn't be there, so I'd keep planting towards the back, and I can make it as wide or as narrow as I want. I'm not sure how many cherry trees we would plant in combination with the honeyberries. As we get closer to where this old brown shed used to be, this is where I plan to utilize all the wood that we kept to build some garden boxes to do a really big flower garden. So I want to use this nice little peaceful spot with the boat, and then we have the old hay rake. I think it would just be a nice little backdrop and cute little like scenic area for a flower garden, and that way we can utilize all this wood. And I just feel like a flower garden would look perfect in this spot. And then if you picture, these are raspberry bushes up here, then have a bunch of flower boxes and I plan on selling cut flowers, but also doing like U-pick for customers that come here to purchase things from our farm shop. They can pick their own flowers too. So we still have some cleaning up to do, but just imagine all of this in flower boxes, and just all the flowers are in bloom, and just having the nice scenic view back here. So now that the brown shed is gone, it just opened up a beautiful view of the field, and I want the cherry trees to be like right here, all up. Not sure how wide yet or how many trees we'd plant, but I'm imagining the flower boxes, the flower garden, and then the cherry trees all in the back, and that would be a perfect picture area as well for photographers to come and take pictures, and family portraits of people. Obviously the burn pile would be out the way, and we just have the nice cherry trees in bloom. So that is pretty much what I have thought of so far. Hopefully the video is not too windy, but definitely vegetables on the far right, cannabis somewhere here, a little spot in the middle, cherry trees. Where we're standing would be a huge raised garden bed area, and the meat chickens probably on the left field. All of this could change again, and once we actually start raising the chickens or planting our garden, if we see that something is not working out good, we have lots of space to work with and switch it up. Up here we already have some apple trees, but we still have a lot of open space up here too. It's just really rocky, so I'm not sure. Maybe I'll add some cherry trees up here, just for ornamental purposes. And since we already have apple trees, we have this floral bush over here. Some things are thriving up here, all of these raspberry plants. It might be a good spot to plant some more fruit bearing things, or maybe up here we can plant some other things that maybe we don't want to grow in a really large amount, maybe like plum or just some other fruit trees that we want to try for ourselves. Plums, I don't know if apricots grow here, pears and things like that. Anything that's not apples, because we already have apple trees on the property. But that is what I envision so far, and I think I'm going to draw it all out, kind of map out our property and draw out how I want or where I want everything. I'm not sure if it'll stay like that, but I think that's the best way to go through with it and slowly work on achieving all those goals. So definitely our farm is going to be growing vegetables. For the fruits that we want to focus on, sour cherries and the honeyberries. Then we might experiment with other things eventually, but that's what we want to start off with, and definitely plant those in the first summer of being here so that they can get established in the years to come. And the meat chickens, right now we are really only interested in raising meat chickens. We're not interested in keeping other farm animals through the winter, so we think meat chickens, maybe meat turkeys around the holidays, would be good. And maybe eventually, once we get settled with all of that, we'll try some pigs. But I don't really know if we're going to get into all the other farm animals like we used to have, just because of the winters. As you can see, our property didn't come with like any barns or areas that we can keep animals through the winter. So that'll be a future thing to figure out if we do want to expand out to more animals. But for this first year, definitely meat chickens, and the vegetables and flowers is what we're most excited to start on. So that is pretty much how I have it laid out, all in my head, and we have all winter to kind of plan and prepare and start thinking about where we're going to order our fruit trees, like the sour cherries. We decided to do sour cherries because they're the most cold resistant, and then also the honeyberries for the same reason. They're way more cold resistant than the blueberries for our area and our zoning here in Maine. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tour. I didn't go all the way around the field. It's so much bigger when you actually go on foot and walk around, but I just wanted to give you kind of a review of how I picture everything be in place once it's all said and done. But hope you continue to follow our channel and see all of our projects be completed little by little. I'll see you guys in the next video.